Hello there. Welcome to my next league match here against Minionpawn. This will be my third match of the season, which is so far going pretty badly for me. This kingdom doesn't have a whole lot to do. A lot of draw, but not a lot of gain stuff. There's almost nothing, in fact. And there's Aqueduct, I guess, which could be relevant. Quite a weird one. I mean, it's almost like you just do hunting party stuff. I mean, you could try and do tunnel with hunting party. I don't know if it helps you. I mean, I guess it could get you like an extra point with your provinces, but it's a little bit odd. This first province is quite a lot of points. You get a second steward, that seems maybe not great. I guess you could take like an estate or something. So they just go ahead and buy the province, which I don't think that's unreasonable. Like I said, whether it'll work out, I don't know. The tunnel stuff really doesn't work, to be honest. Let's see. This is either gold or just another hunting party. I'm going to try the gold. Okay, and I will take a province here. So we make up a little bit of the... It's at least within range of like a duchy to pass the VP thing, which is nice. And as they keep buying golds, now a tunnel passes it. If they buy yet another gold, then the second steward was what I thought was really strange. They just don't have anything going. I guess they have the golds now, but without draw, it's not like you can hope to consistently province or anything. Fortunately, we can enhance like the last one. So we don't have to draw that much money if we draw the gold for like the final province, which is nice. I was gonna say at some point they'll enhance. Oh, that seems so terrible. Like it actually seems really bad. You don't have that much money. Maybe they're just thinking they've got to do it, but it's hard to even province again. I guess you can enhance the other gold. That's about the only thing you can do. But then when you can just never get the last province. If we find the gold, which is guaranteed now, we just haven't. We drew the hunting parties really, really well, but like Minionpawn didn't have a deck. Like this is just not a deck at all. Maybe that was partly off draws, but there's just not. I mean, they must have. I mean, they didn't buy a hunting party, so they must have had some unfortunate stuff going on there. But that's a terrible, terrible deck. They only bought treasures, steward, and province via, and then the province, one of them just by enhance. I mean, I even kind of understood the first province. I mean, there was some temptation there for sure. But like, it sure did not work out. They weren't very trashed either. They had a lot of coppers still. I mean, the thing about the hunting parties was that it would move you from being able to like get you to a point where you could maybe do a turn where you trash and buy another hunting party, which happened for me. I think just once, but still, that's like a pretty big deal. Maybe it happened, and I think I got to do a trash. I got to do a trash and a province buy, so I got to trash 5 coppers, and I think Minionpawn maybe only trashed 1, if any. This has dominate and colony, which is kind of interesting. If I am messenger, I guess they just think messenger is pretty good here. I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, you can buy pixies with it, which is pretty nice. So, and I guess peddlers too, just also pretty nice. What's Mason's? Mason the top decker or the, okay. Clean shuffler. You could do, there's some emissary Mason interactions. Yeah, I think the messenger is pretty okay actually. Probably 1 silver is okay. You don't want a lot. I mean, you are trying to get to like 14 or ideally a little bit more than that, so you can either do double provinces at the end or do like threaten like colony province or double colony, things like that. Which is you're gonna maybe need to be able to manipulate around some of the end game stuff. They get like a double pixie here. Like this is well even better than that. Well, I would trash for sure. I would just trash and do double pixie. I mean, it's not terrible by any stretch, but not what I would do. We can just go up to the end of the shuffle and play the. Now there is, yeah. I mean, playing the Fool, Sea's Gift, and Sun's Gift are a bit of it. Well, Sun's Gift's not so much an issue, because Sun's Gift will clear enough of it off. Sea's Gift is a little bit of an issue. It's also just not like a super exciting use of the boon either. They're getting good boons. I mean, they didn't trash though. They're getting pretty good boons here. I would have been happy to get that in conjunction with like a Sea's Gift or something, or a Fields or a Forest on the Fool play. But I did forget about launch. Yeah, that's pretty nice. They still don't have a goat? What's going on here? Because you can Pixie Peddler. Those are both fine. Double Pixie is also still fine. Like, you just slam the Pixies will be totally reasonable here. That's a little weird. Well, it depends on what they're buying, but it still at least it looks a little weird. I mean, if you're just buying another Tragic Hero, see, the village doesn't seem that important to me right now because you have launch. This could be bad. Okay. Do we want a gold? I mean, we're just buying a Tragic Hero, I guess. Reverse Gift is probably pretty good. It's gonna get you platinum. Maybe you don't want, but it does. There is this issue with the peddlers where you take the. I mean, you're still gonna take these kinds of boons, but it may make you miss like 0 cost peddlers with quite a few actions. But in this case, it did not. So I get the goat now. The goat had been not doing so much. I don't think you gain the silver, actually. I mean, well, the 5s are pretty good. What's really going to happen here is not a not really a dominate thing. What's going to happen is just we're going to yeah. This was not super good. It probably pretty won at this point. We could get a peddler, but like the real thing that's going to happen is just that the Pixies, Peddlers, and Tragic Heroes are going to run. You should just keep rebuying the Tragic Heroes. And I wanted that Forest Gift. They launched then, I guess, to get... Oh, I guess they just dudded. Why didn't they messenger and then launch? Maybe they drew the messenger. I don't know. If they had the messenger in hand, you could messenger. Well, that wouldn't help you. I was thinking of scavenger. Never mind. Wrong card. You could probably... Yeah, if you were just stopped there and you wanted to see more, you could just do it like that. Again, I don't really see what the 5 gets you. I don't love the silvers. I think you'd be okay just taking some of the other stuff, but this isn't that good other than it might get us a goat trash. But now they're gonna have 2 tragic heroes, and they're getting the boons I want very badly. Pretty much the only possible saving grace here for me is that the silvers kind of come back to bite them in some fashion. It doesn't seem very likely. You can just keep buying the tragic heroes, and there's emissary too. There's just a lot of draw here if you have money and buys to kind of pad out your consistency reasonably well. And it's not like I'm way ahead on junk or anything at all. It's just a little bit, maybe a little bit better. You pretty much have to like rebuy the tragic heroes. They might take a fool now that I lost mine. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. It's just so much better. You could take an emissary. I don't get it. I just don't get the lucky coin play. I mean, they're gonna win. It just feels a little bit loose. It's not that bad. It's not really that much of an issue, but they do feel a little bit loose. I am super sad about not getting Field's gift, but whatever. Oh, you can't see it because this program is trash. All the Dominion clients are terrible. It's unfortunate. Probably won't even get to. Well, okay. We're gonna get to 3 at least. We missed there's a village I think down in here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do have way less stuff. If they have a full dud here, which is not actually all that hard for them to have, then I kind of have a window. Not really, but like I can pretend. If they draw, then no way. But if they kind of dud, we kind of pretend. I mean, we have enough villages to support another tragic hero. Whether we'll draw them is another question. See, this at least is something. If they don't, I mean, they're going to launch, but if they don't find a tragic hero on top, this is at least a window to get somewhere. I mean, again, they didn't prioritize cleanliness, so this is kind of what they're playing with, is a big deck that can do a lot, but is a little bit loose. It's just how it goes. I don't think we're going to be approaching like a pile out, even via like some launch tricks. We'd take like 3 forest gifts or something, which is not going to happen. But like in theory, there is some nice playing game stuff that can be done with the launch. I don't know if it'll happen or not. I mean, we have 3 tragic heroes, so we can potentially do 5, or yeah, it's just not happening. If there was like some messenger trickery, what's gonna be a problem is villages, amongst other things, and terrible boons are also going to be an issue. So trying to think the order here. I don't really have enough money now to do that much. What's the last card? That's kind of important here. Can do like village tragic hero or bizarre tragic hero. We need 11 for sure. I think the question is whether we play the lucky coin. C2 is a we're not like a million miles away from a pile out. What do we do? Does Messenger, can Messenger activate twice? Do Messenger for villages or Messenger for pixies and launch? I don't know how Messenger, because then we wouldn't need that much. I don't know why it doesn't auto. I thought you could auto do that. Messenger, Pixie, Tragic Hero. We don't get both the Pixies. And then Messenger, Village. No, it's not happening. Okay. Alright, here's what I think I want to do. I think I want to do it like this. There's a silver and a bazaar. I'm a little worried about the 3 pile coming out, but if we drew the bazaar, we could have gotten nothing different. Maybe we need to buy a province. I'm not sure it'll matter if they draw. I'm fairly certain it won't matter if they draw, actually. I should put it that way. Maybe I needed to dominate. I guess the other question is if I need them to dud, should I play for that? They have 2 emissaries. 1, 2. There are 9 tragic heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 3 tragic heroes. 2 emissaries. Worried a bit about lowering things. Anythings. Depends on the pixie hits, of course. I don't know. They may just get there easy, but you don't want to make it too easy for them either. I'm gonna lose draw as well. Camel Train's kind of nice at some point, maybe would have been. Boom. I feel like I have to play for some sort of dud. But I don't know exactly what that looks like for me. If they have to launch early, that does change things quite a bit. They also kind of automatically played a lot of cards out of their hands, so that means like they played all these treasures. They didn't use them, like they didn't. So it means the tragic heroes don't get turned into platinum, which maybe they don't care about at this point, but like they can only get one more platinum. And they can't launch, so there's no way they can pile out at this point, I don't think. Maybe there's a set of pixie boons that does it. But I don't think so. The thing that's going to be a little scary is they're going to have the ability to go at least to dominate, but maybe dominate plus province or dominate plus colony or something. Though how much of all those things they'll be able to do while lowering, I don't know. So they get a little help from the emissary here. I don't know if I take the boon. I mean, there are some nice boons out there. It does give me the... the emissary is getting activated by the tragic heroes anyway. I probably should have been more aggressive. I probably should have gotten a tragic hero. Almost no doubt I should have gotten a tragic hero. We're having this situation where the buys are going away too. Or especially for me, because I don't have a messenger. I am really wishing I had that tragic hero. It's gonna get so messy now, just all over. If we have to green. And they probably just like dominate emissary. Well, yeah. Dominate emissary. Peddler, baby. Double peddler. That's pretty low. I don't know if I'm gonna toss for boon. There's only really like a couple that matter. I'm not even sure. Like Earth and Force are maybe the only ones that matter. Okay. Oh, they hadn't played the goat yet. That changed the counting. You could go village emissary, I guess. I'm not gonna have like I have the 2 platinums, but I'll have 4 before the end of that turn. But it's not gonna be necessarily enough to do anything. Province, they go for both, so they're really defending the. They're really playing the point angle. Well, I don't think there's any world where I outscore that on this turn. How many buys? We can get. You messenger for pixies, and you can play. If you messenger tragic for pixies, buy tragic hero. You still have to end with $22. Let's think. After you have to have $22 after doing that, which is what do you do for 5? That's already $12. So you would need $34 total. I have 4 platinums. I mean, you could maybe have 5 platinum. I mean, that you'd have the money, I guess. But you'd have to. I'd be playing 3 tragic heroes. I mean, that's assuming you can redraw the. I don't know if I'll have the cantrips or the peddlers to do it, but you would still need. That would be the messenger and the tragic hero and the launch wouldn't count against you buy wise, but I still only have 3 buys, so you're short like 3 buys. You'd have to hit a forest. You'd have to hit a forest and maybe something else too, like maybe a forest and earth. I don't even know if that would do it. But also I think you have to have. I don't know even if forest gets there. Forest is probably still short. You get to 5, which is just the peddlers and a dominate. It would certainly give you enough money. That actually wouldn't be the issue. Because I already have 26. I already have the money in hand. Like here you would go pet messenger, double pixie, Tragic Hero launch, and you'd be back to 1 buy, and you could get up to 3. And if you got a forest off the single pixie, I don't even know if forest is in there. I haven't tracked. I think it's gone. And then you would be up to 5 buys, which would let you pile but lose. It's sort of, then you're wondering if you even want to buy the do the launch at all. It may not help you that much. I also had a rivers this turn, so next turn my draw is going to be way worse. Also, I blew up 2 Tragic Heroes. So yeah, that all looks... So Minionpawn will have a little bit better... I think I don't do any launch stuff. I don't know that there's anything super profitable for me. One, two, three. What did I say? 20. I mean, double dominate is okay. They might be able to trip or quad province though in that case. That is the problem. It is a problem. 20, 26, 29, 32, 34 max. I could like dominate colony tragic hero or dominate colony emissary. I don't have any plus buy if I don't buy another tragic hero, so that's maybe not so good. That's maybe a problem. I could buy a messenger. Yeah, the buy plus buy. Do you need that here? I'm gonna have all this money next turn and then plus buy. My only saving grace is like cleanliness, which is in fact next to godliness. Now, what? Yeah, this is not gonna work. Unfortunately. At least not in the way that one would want it to work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work the way I want it to work. Minionpawn did have to just play the emissary unvillaged, which isn't great for him. They only have to score 5 points and empty the pixies and the peddlers, which is not a terrifically difficult challenge. But the order of this stuff is continually confusing to me, I won't lie. Maybe a little bit of a action issue though. Did you really not have the peddler in hand to play before the emissary? Guess not. I mean, I think they would have at least that mindfulness. Um, they already launched. So they can get to 4 buys, which can do, I mean, that didn't even pile out. This is kind of a weird shuffle to trigger, isn't it? What's the Tragic Hero situation? I have one and they have another one, right? They have like so much better buy threat right now, which I do not have. But I can maybe improve it a little bit. I mean, there's always a shot of getting an Earth's Gift. They do have enough to do Dominate Colony, which is probably pretty good for them. Because I'm not going to do that, I don't think. But it's this same old story, right? That they have to shuffle this next deck again with this many silvers in it. I don't have I was kind of thinking about launch stuff with overdraw, but I don't think I actually have overdraw. I think, I don't even know if I have enough cantrips to reach the emissary activating. It might be kind of close, but just like, what do you need? 20 is 26. Are you actually spending $26? Or why not trash a copper? Maybe you're actually spending $26. I don't know. I haven't used Lost in the Woods very much. I'm kind of afraid of it. I mean, part of the issue is that there is some like there's some upside to doing like gain and play. I think Minionpawn should triple province. Just right now, just buy 3 provinces. I think that's the best play. That's a play that makes the most sense to me. Okay, they did of course trash with the goat, so my complaints are unwarranted, as they so often are. Come on, Minionpawn. Colony. Two colonies. No dominates. They must have did some counting. I really don't know if forest is in there or not, or earth. I don't know if either one are in there. That's kind of relevant now, but as a bizarre, yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, at some point, it's not really like Minionpawn can buy a peddler. That doesn't really matter. I don't think. For me, I don't have the buys. I mean, like, they're hitting points. They can lower the peddlers if they want, and you know, keep their money threat up. Doesn't expose I can't imagine that that is what exposes a 3 pile. I would have taken, and maybe I don't know. I didn't have any loose. I was getting ready to buy a peddler last turn. I just didn't have any loose buys. I should have played the pixie first. But... Okay, not so good. I mean, what are we even looking to do here? I think we can go down to 4 provinces. I think that's fine. There's still more. There's still. I don't think there's a trick here. I don't think I have any kind of trickery. Other than to wait for now, anyway. Oh, we still whiff on the... Okay, well, we can't really play this. Can't really play the pixie and trigger a 4 grain card shuffle. There's no advantage here. Anyway, we have 5, 25, 28. We have 28, which is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I mean, 27. I did not. Well, okay, it was 28, but what is it worth holding? Probably not. I mean, I was lucky to even get draw village tragic hero. I don't know actually whose deck is worse at drawing right now. I have 1 emissary, 1 tragic hero, and Minionpawn has 2 emissaries and 2 tragic heroes, but also a lot more silvers and coppers. Like pretty noticeably more silvers and coppers at this point. So they're just using the launches to preserve the tragic heroes at this point. But the real problem is going to be when the provinces are at 3. I still think Minionpawn could take the peddlers, and it's just not a problem. Maybe this turn it's more of a problem depending on where the points end up, but village emissary. All right, this time I can Lost in the Woods, and it is, you know, it's helpful. Ultimately helpful. Fields, probably not super important here. I don't know if they get to triple. I mean, they can, obviously. They can also miss. What do I have here as far as the 17? I mean, I can afford a launch. I mean, worst case scenario, I draw. Yeah, like that's good just to move that off top. I have to dominate, right? I mean, I'm not gonna. I guess I could colony. I mean, double colony is easier than triple province, so and worse, less points. So just have to do this and see what Minionpawn draws. We know, at least for me, that I'm holding a bunch of draw down here. So if Minionpawn does miss, I have like an okay shot at double dominate or something to move a little bit. Minionpawn's doing a single card launch, which is not promising. But if it is Tragic Cure or Emissary on top, may do a little bit of something. They got a peddler out of it. They got a couple peddlers out of it. It's those silvers. They kept playing it over and over. Okay. No Lost in the Woods here. This is now at the point where if I can... I did kill my money, so that's a little harder. But if I can double dominate, that's pretty good. Honestly, even dominate province is pretty good. I don't know if it's safe, but then 25. Actually, that's safe. I guess it would lose to dominate colony. Can it dominate colony duchy? It would lose to. I don't think I could get there. I'm also counting my chickens before they hatch a little bit here. I don't know when the best time to play the pixies are. That's another thing. I mean, probably when there's a chance. It depends on what's left. I mean, like wind and stuff give me more value if I have actually some of the green cards. Yeah, like this is pointless anyway. I don't know. We got to dominate prom. Yeah, we did. What did we get to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 19. We did get there. Just barely. I think it's. I think it takes colony dominate duchy. I mean, and I should have like a. There's another platinum in here. We'll see if it's enough, but. I mean, obviously we can whiff a number of ways here. So yeah, that's true. Minionpawn for sure needs to just kind of play for a dud. Actually, even duchy is not enough. So I have a. I guess if we lost in the woods, like it's got to be probably good. Doesn't got to be, but I think it's probably good. Here go the tragic heroes, so they're gonna be kind of dead as well. I also get to do 4 tosses for the next shuffle. Like Minionpawn here has to just like double colony if they can. Single colony if they can, something like that. They've lost the buys too though now. I mean, they're not gonna draw this stuff together. Very unlikely. So they're doing that to get an emissary activation, but it's also, I don't know, maybe they can hit it with the platinums. This is not enough. You need double duchy. You get 25 from colony. Colony province is 25. And that would just be 79, and you need just another colony actually. So this is fine. This is a reasonable thing to do. I think their next turn is probably guaranteed more or less to be super terrible, but it's just got to be platinum. We did hit it. We got a nice Moon's Gift. Alright, okay. This is a bit awkward. The draw's a little awkward. It should work though. Do town silver. I don't know if you mess around with Cutthroat. You might mess around with Garrison stuff. That's always a little hard to judge. When to go for what. Stowaway should be pretty good. Seer Stowaway. I mean, Horn is going to be, I think, more important than some of the other stuff, but I kind of don't hate Tent just because it's I don't care about Herb Gatherer. Just because it's like a reasonable card in the deck anyway. It's more a question of like, can you flip it at a point where you pick up 2 right then? Like if you have your Horn stuff going and you flip it to pick it up right then, that's kind of nice. You go right for the Stowaways, which is fine, but oh shoot. I should have paid better attention there. That was detectable. That was just stupid. I always think of Stowaway as only activating on your own self. Are they not going to play? They must be gone. That's pretty bad. Am I going to do it again? Okay, we didn't do it again. Hooray. We did bottom deck, though, which is a little unfortunate. You probably name Sear at this point. I'll go ahead and take a hop, I guess. Okay. Bit of a bummer there. Wow, okay. That's not so good. Well, it might be okay. If we find the hop or the war chest, it's pretty okay. Or if we just get to... There's one estate left. If we get to 9 also, it's pretty nice. Minionpawn and I share so many letters that you get to see quite a bit of our aims. Okay. I don't know that I want a second hop. I don't have draw going yet. I'm gonna get double sear. I think sear stowaway. I think double sear stowaway for the other gains here. Feels pretty good. Not a great reshuffle, but not surprising. There's no trash in here. You just live or die by kind of your opening hands. And I mean, if you could get Garrison going, that would be different. It's just not clear. It's never clear to me when taking the tent is going to be like the play. 1, 2, 3. Because they don't have, because you can get the tent and rotate and still split the garrisons, and then you're not so happy. I'm not gonna buy. I may take the tent now. I don't think I want to buy a stowaway. It feels like, okay, well, they didn't have it. Did not have it. It felt like they would have a bunch of the stowaways there, but they didn't actually. So this may get a good number of... Nope. It did not. Estates is what I was gonna say. 2 coppers on top, that sucks. So we've lost the the whatchamacallit is down there. Okay. We only have 7. It's 6 or 7 2 buys isn't that nice. I don't really want to gain a duration because I haven't played the stowaways for a while. So I kind of don't want to put one out there. They have a second hop, which I think is probably a little greedy. I think I'd go ahead and do it. I may whiff on finding another one, but I kind of like seeing more cards here. So if we bury a bunch of sears, it's maybe not such a big deal. Again, the money here, the buy doesn't do anything for me, so we might as well go for the... go for the thing. I don't care too much about hop right now. Our draw just isn't anywhere near the point where it would need to be to make more hops worthwhile. Just not even close. But we still have pretty good. That was still a pretty good pile threat. They probably aren't getting it. We're getting everything quite low. No double sear there. Okay. Oh, they did get both the hops. I guess that'll teach me to talk crap about hops. If we draw good enough here, we can actually win. It's not terribly likely. Just because our sears have been kind of hot garbage. We could wait. They didn't play. No, they did play one. I guess I don't have a harbor village, which we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. We do have 8, but it's not by a lot. Is Minionpawn gonna be able to pile if I take the seer? It's 5 gains to win, which would be 2 hops. War chest. The thing is, you can't really block the war chest meaningfully because they would just need an estate. So it would be like 2 hops, war chest, and $7, I guess, is all, which is not. You have to name town, I guess, but not even $7, $6, I guess, with the buy. And it's possible to get there. It's not really very likely. I think you just put the pressure on them, and then they're worried about gaining the sears potentially. They'd have much nicer sear. Well, that sear was much nicer. That sear was nothing. They do put up quite a bit of the. Well, I don't know if they can get to them or not, to be honest. Or if these are just going to be sitting here for the next turn. Probably get to one of them. We are at a point where it's the greening has got to be a consideration. Oh, they drew through a couple and they have more. What? Now I'm just mad. I haven't had a sear like that. I haven't had a sear anything like that. Not remotely. The double stowaway here, that's brutal. They can't really lower, to be fair. I mean, oh, they have town too. Holy cow. They could be 1 here. If they have both hops, I think they will probably just 1. There's not a block here that is meaningful. I guess there's like a money block. I guess you still have to name seer. Then they need... Well, no, because they have the hop. So, no, none of the blocks are meaningful. I'm just sort of thinking it through. Yeah, if they have the hop, I think it's over. Well, they would need, like I said, they would need... Well, not much. No. Because I didn't... that would be a tie. None of this matters. I sit there saying none of this matters, but I just click something. All I have to do is click something. I'm pretty sure they have... Well, we don't know if they have the hop or not, the other hop. It's just not unlikely, but it not guaranteed at all. I need these seers to show me triple towns like 4 or 5 times. Couple times. I do have the same treasure gains. In theory, I can put out more town stuff, so then you have to score a little here. If they have $8, well, if they can preserve the horns and just buy a province, that's pretty good. I'm super ticked about this last seer reveal. It's like the double, getting to do both of those is just brutal. Getting to do both those stowaways off that one reveal is just killer. But that's how it goes. They do take the last seer, which I think does in fact... well, I mean, the calculations for me are a little tougher because in theory I can get up to quite a bit of money if the seers draw really, 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 really well. But it's kind of a not realistic scenario. But I'm like pretty sure there are pile outs here for me. Because I can hop for a province and then war chest for a stowaway, hop for a... or war chest for stowaway or town, hop for stowaway town, buy 2 of them. Unless Minionpawn is also going to buy province or something, but I get double duchy, I guess, which would be... Then I would only have a losing tie, but... Well, again, depending on the town stuff, but... I'm not sure that any of it's really terribly realistic. It's it's all very contingent on the seer draws. Just buy a town. Just buy a town. You know what you want above all things is a town. They do buy duchy. They did, I guess, stop and count. This is really weird. I guess it's not that weird. It may have been their best way. Oh my god. Oh my. I can't play this game. I just can't play this game anymore. I'm done with Dominion. There's just nothing satisfying about having this nonsense. You just can't. It's just there's no skill. It's just I can't play this game anymore. I wonder if they have any stowaways in hand, even possible. I could rotate to the. I can't. I just can't deal with it. So stupid. This is, and I have no hope of doing anything in the next turn either, because and Minionpawn gets to react too. Okay, cool game. There's no seers. That was all 5 seers, and they only saw seer and copper, and that was it. That's the game. You build this same deck, or even arguably a better deck for the seers, and you just get nothing. I have like 6 or 7 towns. I don't know 7, but I have 6, I think. I'm done with this game. It's just not fun to play people anymore. I like playing the bot, but playing people is just not satisfying anymore. It's like the puzzle, like caring about the outcome of Dominion is like just a waste of time. I probably shouldn't have triggered this shuffle either. That was probably pretty stupid. We get a stow out of it, and then we have the 5 seers, but again, the towns are gone. I have a cutthroat though. That's pretty exciting. That is something I'm pretty excited about. Are those cutthroat? That cutthroat. I should probably take. Doesn't matter. It might matter. Here, Minionpawn had a pretty bad seer. I mean, they get on a card, but we just gonna buy duchies and have terrible decks. That may be where we are now. This is not. See, Minionpawn should. But the thing with seer, the problem with seer on this no trashing board is that when you find the stop section, like when you find the section of 2 coppers or 3 non-drawing things, you just can't get past it. Not easily anyway. Minionpawn still had much better seer draws. mean, they don't need the points or anything. Like, none of this. If they have both the hops, then it's just over. And it would have been over. I would have had to double Dutchy, which I could have done. But it's like, no point. Anyway, that one shuffle completely ended my chance of winning, so that was cool. That was a joyous event. What do we have here? Prosper is probably pretty okay. I don't know. This is one of those, Spoils is pretty bad with Marquee. Well, it's not terrible. That made me pretty bad at not putting it accurately. Excuse me. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if you get a potion or not. I mean, the fives are good, but you need Marquee more than anything, really. Man, I'm dying here. It is also kind of a cute wealthy village. Yeah, I like the enlarge there. One more silver. Rest will be hamlets. Enlarge looks quite. I don't know if you just go straight to the hamlet. You don't need the university like at all. Enlarge is such an awkward card. It's cool though. It's kind of cool in its awkwardness, but I don't like it. But it is interesting that it's kind of terrible, you know, or that it's forces you into these terrible situations sometimes. It's not terrible by any stretch. I don't know if I get. Well, they already hit the marquee, so they could have easily advanced for it as well. Pretty easily advanced for it. I will need a marquee, and the marquee is also kind of get in the way of the, or the enlarge is also kind of anti-synergized with the marquees under some context here. Oh good, they found marquee right off rip. That's great. I love it. I need an enlarge. They're probably, what do they have? Depends on what they have. Yeah, they're probably one here. This is gonna draw a state that you know, that you can already know. I mean, 5-2 was better here, but 5-2 first player is gonna be kind of tough. The Hamlet enlarge is just very strong here, plus advance. It's all very strong. It just all works well together. So I would have to get. They would have to have some real weird draw. Oh, there it is. What a shock. You'd have to get some really strange draws. Minionpawn would have to have like close to as bad a draws as possible. I don't even know if it's possible now. There's too many junk cards removed from his deck. I don't know that I like Bandit Camp all that much. I would just keep hitting the Lost Cities. It doesn't help me. Also, if you're checking my deck, there's kind of some incentive here to trigger a shuffle, but I wouldn't necessarily expect someone to be doing that at this point. But yeah, this is super, super over. I already put the P down on the scoreboard even. My only shot, I would need the marquee, or like Lost City marquee, like this turn on this shuffle. Otherwise, I don't think it gets there. I also am not gonna get to draw a card, right? They're gonna play a relic. Yeah. So I'm only gonna see one. I'm gonna see one card on the shovel. Oh my gosh. They can do Wealthy Village. Fearhead's pretty nice. Fearhead's quite nice here, actually. Because you don't need the buys. Well, alright. Good game. This is like barge stuff. I'm gonna have Silver Sailor. Innovation's quite nice here. Guild Hall is not so important. We still can get the Dream Sailor in theory. I don't know if you get... Minionpawn did get the Dream Sailor, which is good because they'll almost certainly be able to do barge, trash by barge. Well, they won't get to do the trick, I guess, then. Wonder if Lurker's any good here. I mean, it would force them to buy a Lurker, I guess, is the only real effect, but maybe worth doing. I guess I have a pretty good angle for doing the, using innovation on it. Whether that's worth it or not, I don't know. So I can... So this is just money. I mean, this is just like 2 coppers a state. I'm just trying to shove the smithies in rapidly. I'm going to lose on trashing, unfortunately, probably. I'm going to lose on a couple of fronts, I think. The draw is not quite... Draw Villa is not quite good enough to like be playing with the Lurkers without being more... quite a bit thinner than I'm going to be anytime soon. is probably the biggest issue. I guess I could try trading posts. It's not actually crazy. If it's gonna do like a double estate trash, if you're innovating it, I mean, it's a little hard to pass up on like a barge if that's the other option. We can kind of limp along. But if they get two more, like they really need a duration of barge here so they can get the trashes, and then they need either like Artificer or Lurker to contest some of the gaining stuff, and they'll just catch me even if I get a little bit ahead in gains. And I don't even know that I'm more than just the half turn of being player one. So you get duration of barge here. This is kind of funny because like your innovation and your sailor stuff is a little bit overlapping, I guess. So this is interesting because I didn't get any drawdown, which is, I think, probably a mistake. I think you really did want to get some drawdown there, but they're certainly clean. They're maybe a little behind on payload, or not yeah, I guess payload. But the trashing is there. Fortunately here I can like innovate maybe my Lurker gain, and I can still just play or I can still get a duration barge via sailor. Or maybe a couple even. That was really weird. I guess they just trashed. I guess that was just the trashing turn. I don't know. I don't mind having nobles over. I mean, as long as you have like, excuse me, like a pretty good number of. How much money do I have here? I'm trying to think. This is 8. 9 would be, if there were 9, I would just stop. I don't really want to buy a villa. Because if there were 9, I would do sailor. I mean, if I can draw another buck, it's okay. Okay, this is actually quite good. And we have a thing on top. I don't think I'm gonna go for a third Lurker pair, even though they're pretty good here, to be honest. There's like some cute rebuild Lurker nobles thing you can do. I don't know if that's probably not worth it, but just don't. I don't imagine it's worth it. You could make it do something for you. I mean, there's lots of 5s and 5s worth gaining and innovation. It's great, but Like the next turn would have to be... I just don't think so. I don't think we're quite to that point. Maybe we go there eventually. But for now, I don't think. They're going to have to buy a lurker this turn. This is one of those where it can feel frustrating from Minionpawn's side, where you feel like you're cleaner, but the other person's still having good enough turns. Just kind of what, I don't know. The Seer thing, our decks weren't terribly different. Just, I had a few more 4s and I still wasn't seeing them. It was not like hugely different. The draws were, but I mean the deck compositions weren't. It wasn't way better. So like they have to buy a lurker here. Is that all they can get? They buy a silver also. The innovation, well, they did the innovation for that, but they bought another. They went for a third lurker. That, okay, for them, that's a little better. Because of the, I think I'm going to rely on the villas here for the draw. Hopefully we get to, okay. There's still another barge. Two silvers and barge. I guess we just get nobles. Why not? Nobles is good. It could have been some other things, but I kind of like figuring out a way to start greening here. Maybe with vaults involved. We have 11. 11's pretty good. I also don't mind just taking the draw. We probably need an artificer or a vault. Well, we'll definitely need... We also start to approach the 3 pile here. I don't know, the artificer isn't super crazy good because I don't know that we're really overdrawing a whole bunch. Really at all. But here we probably need to use the nobles for Necropolis some because we don't have the sailors coming in for the villas. So the money's a little lower here. Province and then a vault on the next turn, maybe? Try to barge province or something. Nobles province. Maybe we can sailor barge even. Not sure. I think we'll be quite to the pile out. They can get the nobles even here, I guess, if that's what they want. They can make that split even. We'll have to watch the piles, because they'll have the lurkers. It'll be a little awkward maybe on my turn. I may have an estate that I've kept. I don't think I'm gonna have I can do 2 barges, 3. I mean, if they lower, we can do it, actually. They have an estate as well, it looks like. Yeah. We need 10, roughly. If they took 2 nobles and a barge here, I mean, they might green. And then they're looking for the pile out. They might get it. I don't know, they don't have $8 here. There's no way. So they left the no. Not unreasonable. I don't know. These hands are a little awkward because you really should just play. You should just play it. You should just play to the villa because I don't have a guarantee that the next 3 will have something good or good enough. To not be no, to not feel safe in doing this way. Okay. If this is the last barge, I would like to duration it, if possible. I'm not actually sure. Okay, last card's silver. We could artificer. Would accomplish similar things to gaining nobles, but not the points part, so let's just go with that. We do need to buy province here. I'm not sure this was all perfect, but it starts to become hard for Minionpawn to not lose, or not to build without losing. With all the lurkers. And I don't think there's like a easy win or anything. or double, double province or anything. Maybe double province. I don't know. It's being played awfully quick. So now I'm at, like, the barges I can empty with lurker plays, innovating one of the lurkers. And I just have to buy 4 lurkers. Assuming Minionpawn doesn't. Well, even province duchy isn't enough. So, assuming Minionpawn doesn't have double, which I don't think he does. If we draw and have $8, we can just win. and 4 buys, but like that's certainly not the and with the 2 sailors we should just be fine. I think here we can do one of these like this and just see because we're not far from it already. That's it. Right? We're ahead. Mill buy 4 of these. Yeah, that's it. We'll keep drawing because it's fun. that makes me a bad person. In fact. All right, what do we have? Remake. There's a lot of trashing. A lot of 4 trashers. And Way of the Goat. Wow. And Trade. Trade, not quite the same kind of thing, but wow. There's only 3 of the 12 things. It's kind of terrible, actually. The draw is just not really here. You can do some stuff, but so I have a 4-5. Okay. Minionpawn has a different 5-4 thing. There's so many different cursed gold moves, you know. It's not a card that lacks for moves in the opening. Yeah, I mean, all these things are pretty reasonable. Or a lot of these things, I should say, are pretty reasonable. I'm going to try Rope Puka. We'll see if they spend it on a 4. I'm going to try Rope Puka, maybe Fighting Apprentice Puka. I guess you could trade. I could trade. Interesting. Well, now I'm sitting here thinking about this trade. Could go bad, could go great. Minionpawn goes in for the Sailor. Sailor is, I don't know about Sailor. Here. Rope, like Sailor to get Sailor, Sailor to get Rope is fine, but not thrilling, I wouldn't say. Do I go trade on the silver or stake curse if I was willing to do it for the... I mean, if you hit the 4, this is okay. I mean, but you probably have to spend a curse gold to do it. It's a little awkward. And what are you doing? Are you getting another Sailor? Are you getting Rope? It's a little awkward. You get another buy out of it, I guess. Okay. This for me, this one's a little hard, or I'm finding it a little hard. We missed our Rope, which is sad, but not surprising. Not so surprising on Puka boards. Well, it was like normal, I guess. I since I didn't add cards in my second buy, it was like a normal sombrero kind of thing. Normal chance of it. I'm real scared of this next gold for some reason. Even though there are some like hostile replays that probably the silvers open up. Reasonably good hostile replays. If we drop Puka copper into like nice number of estates and or nice number of silvers, we can get some use out of the plus buy. Potentially. Develop is also kind of speaking to me, but it's, I mean, the collision maybe it doesn't have like a whole lot of really nice targets. Even the curse gold change is not that good. I'm gonna try this again. Okay, this did not work. This did not work out. Because we didn't even hit 4. Even if one of these was a silver so that we could buy another Rope, that would have been pretty cool. But this is not so cool. I'm not super happy about that draw. Because we could have triggered a shuffle with a Rope in it, which would have been nice. I don't mind doing a little wheel spinny stuff on a kingdom like this where you're trying to, especially if I had to develop, which I do not have, but if I had to develop especially, then I would feel better about it all. We can pick up a develop or a remake. Either one would be would help make the horse stuff look a little more interesting to me. We're lucky here to even have found the horse, to be honest. Let's keep going. We'll try. That last one there, then that would have been the spot to try and just trash. We'll just do the best we can. I don't know what that means. Minionpawn clean. Maybe we're just gonna take all the curses. Trying to see if I can save the... Nope, it's just not in the cards. Alright, we could trash a couple here. I do like having the puka. Now, I may not like what happens with the puka here in a minute if we don't find a hostelry, but listen, there are 3 in there. I deserve one of them in 3 cards. It's slightly better than that because there are like 5 horses, right? It's not like 3 cards. It's more like, it's probably closer to seeing like 5 or 6 cards, roughly. There goes the cursed gold. We hardly knew ye. The developed stuff isn't that explosive. I mean, the 5 develop on a 5 is pretty good. Like gold rope is okay. But develop on a 4 is not super good. It's okay. You know, you're not necessarily mad about it, but develop on a 3 is all right actually too. We need some vaults to really make that maybe worth it, but yeah, it's true. You can do a little chaining. Yeah, that is cute actually here to get the sailor to get the rope down. Gold rope, play the rope. That's good. That's very nice. All right, sailor, you've earned your keep. I'll stop being mean to you. Sailor is it's an interesting card. It's one of the cooler cards from Plunder, I think. Oh, it's from Seaside 2E. Well, there you go. One of the cooler cards from Seaside 2E. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't take the rope. Interesting. They discarded the rope too? I feel like the horses aren't better than... That all confuses me a little bit. I do occasionally get a little baffled by people's hostelry usages. Not that we're terrible or anything, but All right, what can I do? Today, in this day, let's get this guy gone. I think I played that wrong. I think I'm going to lose a horse here that I didn't have to lose. Well, I would have had to lose the horse, but I'm going to lose a draw, I think. Which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, unless I do a vault, I guess. I mean, I still miss it in some sense. Or I do the develop into the... Do I not have another rope? I just thought I had another rope. Okay. Because I have to do this. I guess it probably isn't... It probably didn't change the amount of those I had to play. Ultimately. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not displeased by that. The real question is, do we just province and go on our merry way? What does like a hostelry do? Like we do hostelry vault here. And then province the next turn. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know they're gonna make... I wouldn't be surprised if at some point there's some really nice developed chain stuff you can do to make that kind of overdraw look pretty exciting. Do develop sailor stuff. I don't know. They didn't play a sailor, or they didn't play a rope last year, which I thought was so weird. But obviously here I have a maybe just an issue drawing period. I'll get to see. I may have to do some weirder play order stuff just to make it work out. May have to trash a silver, to be honest, to Puka to make it work out. Trash the rope and the silver, and then hopefully gain some of that back, but How many horses out there in the wild? Two left for Minionpawn. Okay, get another Sailor. Sailor's a good card. I don't know. It's pretty good. I mean, the plus card effect is better than plus card even in some sense for the duration stuff, but they are loving the horses. All about it. Okay. This makes the Puka whatever a little more appealing because I can just lose a copper. The unfortunate thing, of course, is that we burn the coin right away. But it's not like and I mean we have to do it. You know. There's no other option. We have to try anyway to move through somehow. Yeah, I kind of wanted to develop that Puka as well, but we can develop a horse actually, and that's pretty close to similar to what I want to do here. I would like to get the rope back, but we can do it like this. I'm not sure what we're leaving down there. I'm not super worried about it. We have 3, 9, 12, 13. 13 is a great price point. Pretty happy about that. Oh, I can't. No, I can count. Okay. 13 is a good price point. All right, let's do province. It's either apprentice or vault. I think is the play here. It might be apprentice though. I'm trying to think. I mean, eventually we want to double province. Let's try the apprentice. We'd like to kind of get through here without having to trash the silver Puka, but some amount of that is probably unavoidable. And eventually just move the Pukas into like gold rope and then have vaults instead. So none of it will be like super consistent. I've sort of convinced myself that Minionpawn is wheel spinning, but I don't know that that's true. I don't know to what degree that's true anyway. They're getting some of the coppers gone here. They may be able to put out a pretty similar amount of money to me this turn. I don't know. It's not piling. I don't think we're piling out. We're going to get through the provinces. There's a world where the ropes, hostelries, and develops, I guess, get low enough for one of the fives, but not super likely. I feel like they haven't fully used the sailors in the way I was imagining them. I would have imagined, I think, a much rope heavier game. This is a good amount of money, so money wise they're looking fine. I wasn't sure. Though, to be fair, 13 and 15 aren't hugely different. They they love the gotta do the hostelry. So they're doing hostelry, which, I mean, 2 horses, or I guess it's just 1 more horse, 1 extra horse relative. I don't know how many treasures they still have in hand. 1 or 2, probably. I doubt all 3. Okay. I mean, hostelry plus 3 horse might be better than an apprentice at this stage. It's not clear how long the game will necessarily last to make that worthwhile. We're living in this situation yet again, where we're like, we need a 5 to keep on keeping on. So I guess we just do it. I mean, I don't know what else. We have to kind of do it. It's again kind of unfortunate. We probably can still. It's gonna end up similar to before, where we can probably make out okay. When all is said and done, but there's still a puka down here. I only have the 2 developed. I maybe ought to have gotten another develop. What's still down there? One of them's a horse, so let's leave it. We do this again. It's just gonna look a lot like last turn, really. Eventually, someone's gonna be able to do apprentice stuff and kill some of these pukas and things and really, really go for it. $16 would have been nice. That's true. I'm gonna play the rope and I'm gonna play the coin, so I would only be able to pull off a silver and do the hostelry, so it's not really worth it for me. I guess there maybe is some fear for me of there being a pile out. I don't know. That's a lot of... Maybe killing a lot of 4s, though. Maybe. You can get the develop and apprentices. The other thing to consider here is just a vault. I don't think I could triple. Maybe. We're going to end up dancing. I mean, someone's going to need threat on triple eventually, because... I maybe could do it. We need the 3rd buy, is maybe the actual hardest part to get. We kill a puka for rope and gold, and we do a apprentice on a province with a big vault discard. Maybe if we get another vault and silver off another develop, it's possible. They're kind of having to go through the thing I've done a couple turns now. Our draw is very tenuous. You can kind of make it go during the middle of your turn, but it's not, it's not trivial. I can maybe look for a pile out. It's hard. They have a little better ability with the sailors. They also just have more hostelries to chop up. Quite a few more actually. At this point, it's like 3 to 6 maybe. I might have 4. Yeah, 3 to 6, 4, 5, but I think it might be 6. I have the coin. I have enough actions to get done what I'll need to get done, I think. If the draws come in the right order. Even just like apprentice, Puka, develop Puka, apprentice, big vault, apprentice province may be enough. Obviously, you'd want to sequence some of that differently, but the sailors going also don't make it look like they're playing for any kind of. They just do one problem. So we just have to either find a pile out or the problem is it's 4s and 5s, so there's not like the develops aren't that low. I mean, if I can true triple, that's fine too, I think. It would have to get to 4 duchies, which is pretty hard. They could maybe do that though. They could maybe do 4 duchies province. True triple would be nice. I don't know if I can single or if that's safe. They have 1 rope. They play the rope. I haven't played a rope. I'd have to get another one. That's the other issue, I guess, is whether I can whether they could triple if I mean, all they did was single, but they didn't have. Now they've got an apprentice on top. Well, I probably should play the horse first. Before that hostelry. Now I'm just living in a really bad world. I mean, if I'm just gonna single, it's not the worst thing. I'm a little scared of singling though. I guess you can do investment. I mean, I have the province, of course, easy. It's more a question of can I lower. Or what I can lower without losing immediately. Because they can develop fours and to develop an apprentice. They just have more fours than me is the big thing. Like I've said, I bottom decked all my apprentices, which is making this quite awkward. Apprentice develop, and they apprentice something expensive, then they develop. Apprentice develop, and they apprentice something expensive. There's a lot of develops though. They don't have to get all of them though. I'm afraid. But here's what I'm gonna do. Wait, is this not even by province? 1, 2, 3. No, it does. That's 9. 9. I'm pretty scared of a triple. I think triple's not unreasonable. Or not out of the realm of possibility. The thing is, it can be a milling triple. But they will have to get... I probably shouldn't take province. Probably just duchy was fine. We'll see. We'll see if Minionpawn's looking for it. I don't think it's that hard. If you do aggressive apprenticing. They do have to get a vault too, though, probably. So maybe it is kind of hard. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of 3-pile here for Minionpawn or win, province had or win of some sort, but we shall have to wait and see. I do now have like lots of extra actions. I have a pretty crazy amount of extra actions actually at this point. Well, silver gain. Need a rope. No, they may get there. They still need a rope. And I guess I don't know how much money this is. They might need a vault, but I don't know. But can they get both? I mean, you develop a 4, you can get develop and vault, and then develop a 5, you get rope and gold. If you have that, and you can draw it, that probably works. I think they still have a rope in deck. This may be all the apprentice plays. No, because they just gained 1. You can even Well, I think you run out of develop soon. Dutchy, I don't know if Dutchy still loses or not. It would have to have been played, I think, quite a bit differently. Well, certainly the sailor would have needed to be develop apprentice. One hostelry in the trash, so it may have been an action issue to do the pile out, in which case I should have just taken Dutchy. That was not ever totally clear to me. And still is not. Also some we haven't done it, but there's like remake has some could have some play here in some angle. It's not impossible for the pile out, especially if you have actions. I mean, again, a lot of that is contingent on having plus actions or draw. But you could, for instance, imagine doing the hostelries, getting a hostelry, getting some horses, getting a remake later, remaking the horses into ropes or something to get that pile out. You would need to do like apprentice. If I had Dutchy, they would have needed to do apprentice, rope, hostelry, and a Dutchy or two. Dutchy and an estate, which estate was probably pretty doable. I don't know. I could be totally off. The sequence of this part, though, if you're doing the triple province, is pretty clear to me. You have to get develop and vault or whatever. Unless you already have the money in hand, I guess. If you just already have $24 in hand, then that's fine too. But if you don't have $24, then you need to vault. I don't know if they were even close to it, to be perfectly honest. I just can't tell. I don't know what's still in hand, but you would have needed a vault for sure. I mean, the good news is this opens up quite a bit for me of whatever angle. I don't know that I can triple, but I probably can find some kind of pile out. Like I said, I have a ton of. Oh well, yeah. Okay. I mean, if they're gonna do that, that's not even trying to make it anything. We would need. What did I develop last turn? The silver? I'm trying to find the. I can go down to 12 and then, yeah, okay. Let's just find a province and just make it happen. I will have to get a rope. Of course, I'll have to get a rope. I guess I can play the hostelry and check that. We can just do this. We'll just do this. Oh, I do have another rope. Okay. Well, good to know, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay. Way more than enough. Alright. I don't love how we play that, but I guess it's okay in the end. Alright. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. In spite of my rant in game 3. But I'll catch you all for my next match. See ya.